all welcome to this investigative hearing. You may recall that the House of Representatives on Wednesday, the 19th May 2021, considered a motion on the need to investigate the alleged violation of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Prohibition Act by the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria and private airline operators. The House resolved as follows: to urge the relevant agencies to provide functional disability desks to ease the sufferings of persons with disability at all airports in Nigeria. Also urge airline operators in collaboration with the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, to provide assistive devices and other relevant support for persons with disabilities at the airports. To mandate the Committee on Disabilities to investigate the allegation of discrimination against persons with disabilities, with particular reference to the allegation of Dr. Chike Okogo against Dana Airlines and other petitioners who have complained against Dana Airlines and other sister airlines on the same or similar alleged discriminations. These allegations brought against the airport authorities and airline operators are to the effect that individuals with disabilities have been subjected to ill treatments without regard to dignity for their person, discriminated against and humiliated. Therefore, in contravention of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Prohibition Act of 2018. It is in line with the paragraph C of the mandate of the House that the committee is holding this investigative hearing. This hearing is not intended to witch hunt any person, a group of persons, any organization, but to have clarity on the various petitions and complaints that has been brought to the attention of the committee and the House of Representatives. Prominent and of concern amongst the issues raised in the petitions and complaints are matters of non-compliance with the laws or inefficiency by public officers or their agencies. The Act was validly passed by the National Assembly and duly assented to by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on the 25th of January 2019. As you might also be aware, the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, has vested in the National Assembly the powers to cause an investigation into matters with which it has legislative competence, with the aim of exposing non-compliance with laws of inefficiency by public officers or agencies. As a committee, we would not want to preempt you. However, whatever presentation or submissions you may make here today will be taken into account and reflected in our recommendations to the House. Also, in continuation or in addition to this stated particular petitions and other related petitions, I'm aware that the general public is aware of the provisions of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Prohibition Act. Part of the requirements will be that government public places should provide access, unfettered access to persons with disability, and a mandatory and compulsory inclusion of not less than 5% by same organizations and agencies by way of employment and appointments and other related palliatives or gains which every other Nigerian and persons are entitled to. This committee will also proceed after these sittings to begin to check for compliance to ensure that the general public is operating in line with the provisions of this Act. On behalf of myself, and other members of this committee, I wish you all a very warm welcome, and do be pleased to make your presentations, and feel free that this committee would work with you and ensure that the rights of persons with disabilities and all other vulnerable groups as within our mandates will be protected to the latter.
What we are doing here today is to hear from the airlines. It is worrisome that the estimate of persons living with disability as at today is not clear. But according to the World Health Organization, WHO, publication in 2011, over 25 persons in Nigeria, representing 15% of our population, suffer one form of disability or the other. More alarming is the fact that out of this number, over 3.6 million are significantly challenged and have difficulties in functioning. Apart from disabilities occasioned by birth, accidents, and natural disaster, the current security challenges ranging from insurgents, banditry, secessionists, kidnapping, to farmers/herders clashes have further escalated the number of persons with disabilities in Nigeria. It is in light of the above that the petitions and complaints to which the attention of the House was drawn was referred to the committee to see it that justice and dignity of persons with disabilities is restored and protected. It is therefore my honor and privilege to declare the investigative hearing open. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to once again welcome you all to this hearing. Thank you and God bless you all.
Sincerely speaking, for us from the disability community, especially to the National Commission, we find this act by this airline completely disappointing. For us, persons with disabilities, to be discriminated, to discriminate a person with disability, you must have that very strong negative perception towards persons with disabilities before you can be able to do that. We see this as something of a national interest, and we thank the chairman of the committee for raising this. Dear, sincerely speaking, as we said, the right of persons with disabilities today in Nigeria is non-negotiable. We are here as a commission to defend this right. Therefore, when we receive some of these complaints from to our own, when we receive some of these complaints, we try to look into these policies that most of these airlines continue to cite. Most especially the complaint from Ibomia, Danaya, some of them continue to cite some policies. These policies remain worrisome to us as a disability community. So we want to bring it to their notice that the existence of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act already criminalizes any form of discrimination towards persons with disabilities in totality. Honorable Chairman and members of the committee, in our own steps to try to address some of this problem, we try to look into the foundation of the problem. That is some of these policies that could continue to say. So we had a meeting with the Federal Ministry for Aviation to try to see how we can be able to address this administratively so that we can correct these policies. So in part of our meeting with them, we sat down. The MD of the Federal Airport Authority was there at the meeting. We had some discussion. One of our offers as a commission was that, first of all, we want to bring these people to a table so that we can sit down to review this policy. Then reviewing this policy with a focus to comply with the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act, so that as soon as we are able to correct this, we will reduce some of the problem for now. But to my surprise, the MD of the Federal Airport Authority, part of our commitment was, we want to make sure that we provide disability services centers located in this airport. It's a person with disability. Immediately when you get to the airport, you need to get to the Disability Services Center. That is where all issues of the persons with disabilities can be addressed from Takwana. So that as soon as we arrive there, all the needs for the wheelchair, all the needs for other mobility aid, all the need to clear you through passport clearance, visa clearance, and any other check within the airport, we are ready as a commission to provide these services. Immediately after our employment, we are expected to deploy staff to the airport, all the airports in Nigeria, so that we can be able to provide these services. To our greatest disappointment, the MD was complaining that the airport offices are already full up. We want to make sure, want to appeal to the committee so that we can call the MD Federal Airport Authority so that we can be able to address this problem together. We are ready to provide the services in the airport so that we can reduce the burden, reduce the discrimination, and reduce the complaint from our community. Our responsibility as a commission is to make sure that we make persons with disabilities comfortable everywhere they go. And therefore, our commitment as a commission to provide these services are already we are committed to that. We are ready as well to train them, even the staff from the airlines and staff from the Federal Airport Authority and the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority. We are ready as a commission. There are a lot of partners that are approached us on this. We are ready to partner with them. We will provide them the necessary training on how you handle persons with disabilities. Again, Honorable Chairman, members of the committee, part of our commitment to ensure that our airports are accessible, we had a meeting with the construction company, CCECC, that are constructing the airport. We had a meeting with them to discuss this. The managing director of the company confessed to us that truly they missed something from the design and that they are going to correct it. Honorable Chairman and members of the committee, we are ready by Thursday. We are meeting with the Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry for Transportation, and also the Federal Ministry for Aviation to try to address this. We want to correct this. It's a matter of accessibility in the airport, part of accessibility for our railway services, and all that is, we want to correct this. So that as soon as we correct this, our people will be comfortable everywhere they go. As soon as very soon we are going to launch our own website, you will have a link where you can be able to report discrimination direct to us. Once you report discrimination direct to us, we are happy that the Honorable Chairman and members of the Committee on Disability are always with us. They are very, very ready to support the Commission, the PP Commission to grow. So all of these type of challenges, we will work together with them to make sure that we address this. On behalf of the disability community, we want to tell the airlines that are here that enough is enough. We try everything possible to address it through the administrative way, but once it gets out of hand, we, the National Commission, are ready to take any airline to court. Because the provision in the Act, is not, it does not take any rocket science for you to be able to read and understand it. It is clear, it is clear. It is stating that all of these airlines are supposed to provide the services. You must make sure that you provide the necessary lift. If you can be able to provide the steps for people with their legs to climb to the airport, why must you not provide this for persons with disabilities? Why must you not provide this to persons with disabilities? These are something that we must make sure that we tighten our belt to make sure that we address this issue together with them. Our letter with them, we wrote letter, we were trying to invite them. When the chairman of the committee told me that the public hearing will commence, so we say, since the House Committee is conducting the public hearing, we will put our own on hold so that we will come and meet with you here. Unfortunately, some of them refuse to come. This can go to some extent to demonstrate some of their negative attitude towards persons with disabilities. We appreciate those that take their time to come. This is the time for us to address this. Our people have suffered, enough is enough. For many years, we have been discriminated in this airport. Today, I am not hearing, I am a deaf. Once I leave Nigeria to another country, you see how they are trying to handle me. I feel like a king anywhere I go. But once you are in Nigeria, you find it very difficult. Why are we trying to make life very difficult for our own people? If you are able, if you are complete, does that mean God loves you better than some of us? Our God that created us equal. God can move you to any place. As soon as you are alive, as soon as you are still living, you have not entered your grave, God has not finished your creation. In 1 minute like this, in a twinkle of an eye, you can become a member of the disability community. I was born, I did my primary school, I was hearing, I did my secondary school, I was hearing completely. I was in a CE3, the sickness struck me. Then I lost my hearing ability. If I am not hearing, or you see my sister on wheelchair, are you far more intelligent than us? These are some of the questions that we need to ask you. When we go to some of these places, you are trying to lay a complaint, you want something to be addressed, they will just see that, no. Is that how we must handle and treat ourselves? There are times for everything. Today in Nigeria, we want to tell it openly and clearly to everybody, to the hearing of the public, that enough is enough, and that discrimination against persons with disabilities have come to a full stop in Nigeria. We are soliciting the support of everybody to bring hands together to make sure that persons with disabilities receive the maximum comfortable treatment everywhere we find ourselves. Honorable Chairman and members of the committee, before I finish everything, I want to show my appreciation to the committee for the love and understanding you continue to show to the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities. We thank you so very much.
Take a living witness, an eyewitness. I have one with me today. And there is enough evidence attached to the material that I've submitted to you, including the booking references, their policies, because they showed me that it's even written on their website that blind persons are not allowed except when they pay extra.
Barrister Chukwuka.
Yes, Chairman.
I want to believe that you have fully made your points, and we have your submissions. I think that should be all, so that we can listen to other people and live in good time. The weather is not looking too good for persons in our community. I don't also want to keep us here for too long, if you don't mind. But I have your point, and we are here for you. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it, my chairman.
Thank you.
May I also finally appeal to all persons with disabilities from different states that it's important you do what we have done in Anambra State, which is passing state law protecting the welfare and prohibiting discrimination in all its ramifications against persons with disabilities, guaranteeing employment as Governor Willie Obiano has done in Anambra State. Please let us continue with this. Alota continue. God bless you.
Please, that you are sick.